Give it a moment.
Okay. I'm just waiting. Okay, yeah. It's
All
live.
right. Hello, all the people who aren't there yet. All right. Did you send out your tweet?
Yeah, I just sent out my tweet.
Discord
The Discord notification is out. There you go.
All right. So for now, we're just gonna chill and how are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty poggers. I'm gonna pop out the chat if it's not mine.
Yeah. Good question. I have no idea.
Yeah, I can. Okay.
I think you can, but yeah. So, yeah, how, wait, hold on, where's the, oh my god, okay, I found it. Thought everything got deleted from before. So yeah, thanks for joining me, Technicals. I'm actually, really happy you're on, so,
Don't say anything positive about me.
If
you want to keep your life.
I said one positive thing about the boogeyman of the Smash community, and I'm canceled before my career ever left. Is that it?
Yeah. You're banned off the internet.
It was an eventuality. God forbid we give someone else their voice.
Facts.
But yeah, so tech sounds double. Oh, for fuck's sake.
I'm doubling. Okay, so I muted myself on Discord. Do you have your No, I don't know. Look into it.
That's...
Do your job.
Do my job. Internet. Why do you do this to me? Oh, wait, I know why.
Someone said it's an epic delay effect.
Okay, no, I think I got it. Because I think I had my desktop audio on, but you counted as desktop audio at the same time as the call audio.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, so I think you're good now. Oh, it's fixed.
Nice.
Tech de-aged.
Yo, what's up, villain? Retro. Yeah, I shaved. I don't look like Black Sam Hyde anymore.
You don't look like pedophilic Black Idubs.
People were trying to roast me for my mustache when they didn't realize that I didn't like it either. I only did it for the meme.
Honestly, the only people who would actually like that mustache are the pedophiles, which is why they're just completely stereotyped to it. So
I wouldn't go there. I'd say that there's a lot of people in the Latin American community that has mustaches like that.
Really?
Yeah.
I have never seen.
It's like a Mexican stash.
Well, the Mexican stash goes down like really lower, like here. But like the pedophile one, it's like just arrives to like when you're smiling on your lips. It just arrives here.
Like a Fu Manchu?
Yeah, the Freddie Mercury mustache, basically.
Freddie Mercury? Yeah, that's what Skull said.
Yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Cause like the actual like Latin mustache like arrives all the way down, but it's like not necessarily a goatee. It's just like the super long lines. So yeah, some retarded shit like that. But anyways, so yeah, I have a couple good questions for you that we're gonna start with your content creation and how it's gone so far. So how long have you been a content creator for? Curious.
Well, if you want to get technical, that no fucking pun intended. God damn it.
We're already starting with those.
Yeah, let me go on. I'm going on my channel, just the oldest video. Okay, so the first ever video I made was an advanced Toon Link tutorial video, and that was 4 years ago.
A Toon Link video.
Yeah, it was in what's the date? November 2nd, 2015. But if you want to talk about when I started like consistently making content and was like made the switch to a commentary YouTuber, that would be in 2018 when I first made my video about Pierce.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Ever since then, I've been making like content. I wouldn't consider the other ones me being a content creator, but those were just things that I made for my club, my Smash club at high school, so I could help people out.
Oh, you had a Smash club at high school as well?
Yeah, I actually started it. I was the president of it.
Damn, lucky. The only high school Smash we ever had were like super ghetto like melee tournaments where they would bring these shitty like TVs in front of the like our huge auditorium, and then like it was
Yeah.
just three guys who would go and destroy everyone else, and it was just always like, ah, okay, we might as well just throw the towel because it's the high school melee gods.
Yeah, we would print out sign up sheets every morning, and then well, my secretary, who was my best friend, he's still a good friend. He would print them out, and then people would sign up and then play in order of that. And we'd have TVs that were in the English teacher's little supply closet. So people would bring in their TVs from home, and then we'd whip those out at the end of the day when the club would start. And people would bring in their setups. It was a good old time. We'd run some tournaments, but you couldn't have money prizes specifically because of a gambling
Oh
law or
god,
some deep
yeah.
shit.
Same with us. Yeah, but it's pretty much the same. But when I went to, because I don't know if you know, but because I'm in the province of Quebec, we have a really different educational system. Instead of grade 12 and then like college and university, we end high school at grade 11. Then we go to CEGEP, which is basically like a pseudo college for like 2 to 3 years, and then we go to university.
Is that all public or is it privatized?
Both.
Oh, okay,
So
cool.
basically, yeah,
And
it,
Stalker said thanks technicals after Nairo. I thought it was good watching ESAM, but nah, you're welcome.
beautiful. But yeah, so when I went to CJEP, the Smash club, like there's actually like a Smash club that developed there, and it was actually like so much more developed than the high school one. Where the high school one was like, oh, here's a tournament like once a year. The Smash club was like, all right, so we have our little mini ranking board where you can just try to get to the best, and then we have like our weekly tournaments. And I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
And there used to be this girl who used to come to our CJEP, but like wasn't a student for so long. But she was like she's this pro player in Canada. Her name is like Supergirl Kells.
Oh yeah, I know of
Yeah,
her.
she would always come to the tournaments and she would just fucking destroy everyone. And we would always be like, it's Supergirl Kells. I good. I'm just gonna fucking put down my controller. Good game. I'm good.
There's always that one player.
Yeah. And I had the great misfortune of playing against her in an online tournament, and she played Sonic, and yeah, that was that.
Cancer, I imagine.
It was a beautiful time. The amount of slurs Twitch had to go through in that one VOD was kind of fucked. Not gonna
Kind of based.
lie. It was indeed based, but yeah. So it was actually quite a while ago. You went. So how is it like being a content creator of like your size, in a sense?
What do you mean?
Like, cause in a sense, you do have a pretty good following. So it's like, is there like any stress of like, oh, you always have to like have a
Oh,
schedule or timing?
well, if you follow me, you know that I have no fucking schedule. I'm inconsistent as shit. But there is one thing that comes with having more eyes on your content, and that's what me and other people will refer to as upload anxiety. So if I upload something as impactful, I'd say, as the ESAM is the biggest hypocrite in the Smash community video, where it has currently 122,000 views, there's a precedent that's set where it's almost like, okay, you have to keep outdoing your. How many times can I outdo myself? I already took on Thunder Gaming and essentially like won because I didn't fold, but also nothing bad happened. But then everything was resolved, so we all know it was a massive misunderstanding. So no one really fucking won. But there's the precedent to outdo myself. So okay, I just took on a fucking multi-million dollar organization. How can I possibly do better? And then I actually do better, and it's like, well, fuck. So you have to keep trying to,
Trying to one up yourself in a
uh,
sense.
yeah, you're trying to one up yourself, and you don't want to upload something that's shit. Like I just uploaded some stream highlights, and there's the misconception that, well, every single upload I do has to be fucking amazing, when really you just keep uploading, and then at some point you'll make something great. And if you don't take the opportunities and you don't keep uploading, you might miss something that might have been pushed through the algorithm, and then you're fucking yourself over.
Yeah. So it's like, in a sense, whenever like a video does really good, it's like the best feeling in the world. But then it's like, shit, what am I gonna do next time to like make
Yeah,
the same kind of
it's
effect?
it's it's anxiety.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like, I don't. What if people don't keep tuning in? And what if I'm not funny in this video, or but you can't rack your brain with that kind of shit, because it's the same thing as like doing a public speech or something like that. You think about all the ways you could fuck up, that you're not even focusing about the success or just getting it done. So you get in your own way.
Yeah. So that's actually a good mentality on it, because I've seen a lot of people just like get extremely burned out like really really easily, because it's like they think like, oh, keep a consistent schedule, like always do it at this time, this place, and if they don't do it exactly at that time, they get super stressed. Then it's like easy creator burnout in a sense.
Yeah, but being consistent is key. That's what a lot of people don't understand. Is the algorithm works towards consistent content. Just make sure that you're not too consistent, because I'll see people that'll upload daily, and then their quality drops so much that it's like there's no point even watching it, because now all of it's shit. So at the peak, I would like to get 2 uploads a week. I feel like that would be good. But if not, and I'm not feeling it, one a week, because then I know it'll still be good, because I took time to edit and like research everything that I'm doing for it.
Yeah, it's the argument of quantity versus quality in a sense, kind of like all the like the shitty little family channels that upload on a daily and have to like completely uh like they have to
Fuck.
sensitize, or god, what's the word, they have to like make everything like as dangerous for their child as possible.
Wait, what? We're endangering children?
I
Let's
flew
go.
my drone into my child's face and he has critical lacerations.
Oh yeah, the fucking okay baby, the family vlog channel where it's like
They
they don't even upload date. It's like every other day or something like that. But yeah, their content's so fucking boring that you see the cornerstone of a lot of it is child endangerment, and that's really fucking weird and toxic environment to put a kid through. It's like, oh, you're covered in blood. Hold on, let me get a really nice photo
lem-
first, and then we'll clean
it's
you
like it's
up.
like oh wait, like little Timmy, I gotta set up my tripod first things first, and just hold on. I know you're really in pain and you need like clearly medical attention, but hold on, I gotta get the perfect angle for this thumbnail.
You have no idea how many women I pissed off with that video.
Really?
Like they uploaded it to some site called YouTubeMamaDrama.com, and then the ratio of women to men on that video was like fucking 90% to 10. And I was like, what the fuck did I get myself into? And then the person that inspired me to make the video, Crip Daddy, he actually watched it. And then he followed me back on Twitter, and I was like, yes, because I love that guy. That guy's fucking
Oh, I
awesome.
love Crypt
He's
Daddy.
like one of the yeah, he's like one of the best mentalities towards
Oh,
comedy,
I know.
and he's able to look his struggles in the face and laugh at it, that's more powerful than anything.
Yeah, honestly, it's really good to see people like that where they're like, it's like Crypt Daddy is probably like one of the best examples of like the complete benefits of dark humor, because like people are always talking about like, oh, dark humor being only a negative thing, but like if you look at Crypt Daddy, he's literally like, if he didn't have the sense of humor that he had to just like, as you worded it so well, like stare at his troubles and make fun of them, like I don't think he would be in the same place he would be in normally.
Yeah, and he even fucks around with his mom too, which is really funny.
Yeah. So it's pretty much just like how do you react to your own jokes, and how do they make you feel compared to like the people around you in a sense?
Yeah, that's the problem with like stand-up comedy, is reading the crowd. You have to read the crowd. And when I'm making jokes for a very specific audience. So when other people that don't like my content and go out of their way to view it and then get offended by it, it's like, why the fuck are you watching it in the first place? This comedy's not for you. Like the motherfucker that goes into my Discord and types in nigger, and then is surprised when oh, sorry, I forgot you're on Twitch. That goes into my Discord and types the N word, and then is surprised that he found it. It's like you go to Google and then you type in the N word, and then you find it, and then you get pissed off that you found it. Like,
I
what the
know
fuck?
it's like being surprised that a documentary about slavery has like the dishevelment of black people. It's like wow. I or you know God, what's the oh fucking Django. Like Django Unchained was such a good movie, but like I remember
Yeah.
the people going like how dare they, how dare Leonardo DiCaprio say the N-word, like oh my god, I can't believe it. Like oh, like
Yeah, and it's just like it's within the historical context. It'd be incorrect if he didn't at some point reference the trials and tribulations that they went through. Like people want to bring up their ancestors all the time, but then they don't want to have an accurate representation of what happened. Like you're doing a disservice to history if you don't absorb it in its entirety.
oh yeah. Talking about like the absorption of history, like a really probably like super minor news, but like it was pretty big here in in Quebec, especially in the area of Montreal. Uh, the creator, like the person, like way back when Canada was first being created, the guy who actually created the country or like led to its creation, John A. Macdonald, he has like a bunch of like statues like everywhere around Canada, and they're like
Yeah.
like 200 years old, 250 years old, and one of the oldest ones in Montreal got taken down by a bunch of protesters, and they had scribbled shit like oh he led to the like the indigenous like torture houses and schools, and then like if you do a
Yeah.
simple Google search, you found out that he was dead before that even happened in the first place.
It's fucking weird, dude. Like I get it if it's a hate figure, like let's say Mao Zedong
Yeah,
from fucking China. You want to take down those statues because he's an authoritarian leader? Fucking do it. That's awesome. That's liberation. That's something that is like a part of the process of
yeah.
revolution. But all this other shit is just censoring history because they don't like how it sounds. It's
Because
like,
like people,
what the fuck?
the worst one I found was like, well, the worst part of it was actually it was like people were like, oh, where's the Montreal police? Like, what the fuck were they doing? Literally, there's a picture of the fucking Montreal police. They're just standing in line. They're just like looking like super like yeah, I got my fucking body armor, and they're just standing in line watching the protesters like tear down like the statue,
Yeah,
and you're like, what the fuck are the taxpayers paying for? Like
yeah.
like okay, police, don't look at this obvious like the amount of laws that were broken. It was like destruction of a historical monument, destruction of property, graffiti, public like there was like so many fucking laws broken, and the police were just standing there like yeah, you know,
I
good
don't
job
get it.
guys.
I don't get it. Maybe they just didn't want to. They didn't want to put themselves in a race baiting situation where they're like the American police, so
Oh
they
my
just
god,
stood
yeah, that
by.
was my theory. I was like, because like on how messed up the situation is, the it makes every other like police officer anywhere else in the world scared to do anything, because then every journal ever is just gonna point to them and go, guys, come on, the police here are racist too, and so they bring
The
attention.
police are enacting their rules that are very clearly stated and understood. This is racism.
Yeah.
This is our generation. It's. I saw a video where this guy, because the protesters were fucking dumb, that when they pulled down the statue, they weren't aware of where they were pulling it down or where people were standing, and they actually killed a man. So it's like there's reasons why you shouldn't just go and destroy shit for the same reason you shouldn't go fucking blow up a building is because you could endanger other people and mostly because it's illegal. Like it's understood that you shouldn't go and destroy public property. I'm pretty sure everyone fucking knows that. It's not a surprise if a cop comes and tells you, "Hey, probably shouldn't destroy shit that doesn't belong to you."
That's pretty much it. And the worst part is that like the at least the good thing about it was like the prime minister of Quebec, he's like guys, your fucking acts were in futility. We're just gonna put it back up because there's no point to what you did. Like there's literally no point. And then like people were like, oh, but he was racist because he was like in the colonial times. Like no shit, everyone was in the colonial times because it's the colonial times.
Yeah, you have to understand like people were giving Esam a pass. I would give him a pass too because I don't fucking care. I don't think he's racist or anything.
Me
But
neither.
people were taking his situation and putting it in the context of 2012, where it was funnier to do it and it was not seen as a malicious thing and it was very clearly joking. Which, in my mind, I'm like, how the fuck can you understand that and not know what I'm talking about when I say I'm doing the same thing? But they'll put him in that context to make it to soften the blow. But then when you say when you try to explain to people that in colonial times when everyone thinks a certain way, you put it in that context, so it's not, they're not doing it because of XX and X, they're doing it because it was the fucking thing to do at the time and how everyone thought. It's like, how do you not fucking understand that?
Yeah. It,
Owning slaves is normal. You're not going to go up to your, like, owning slaves is normal. There might be some people that are against it, but it's been normalized. So people see it as a trade and as a commodity. So it's understandable if some people weren't immediately like fucking trying to kill every single person that had slaves.
yeah, and it's because it brings it back to the fact of like what's not gonna be problematic if you look at it in the past. Like for example, it's like even as like completely perfect we think our society is, or like how like innocent it is, I can guarantee that if we continue in this path, like not even like 2 generations later, they're gonna look back at us and be like, bro, these people were fucking racist, they were like the worst people on the planet. And then if there's ever like a statue erected of like one of us or like any other person, it's gonna get like immediately taken down because will anything can be perceived as racism or like any kind of ism, because the fact that like there's like they even find ways to make objective things that aren't racist look racist. And it's like then why
the,
bother? When does it end?
the problem is when your ideological cult is based on subjectivity, the entire issue is that they're basing their problems with society and speech and all this shit on offense. Offense is fucking subjective. Anyone could be offended by anything, so you can't have a grounded realization of what is right or wrong, because morality itself is also subjective. So what something that someone else might think is okay, like me, other people might find as vile and disgusting, and those people can't come to an agreement. But I'm cool with them having that opinion. The only problem is that they're not cool with me having my opinion. And opinions can't be incorrect because they're fucking opinions. So it's the definition of bigoted is intolerant of other people's views and opinions. So how the fuck am I the bigot when I'm cool with you thinking what you think, but you're gonna try to deplatform me when I speak my
Yeah,
mind? Like,
because
it's just
they think that because like it's so funny to see how like everyone focuses on like such blatantly obvious issues that their own side has, but that they point to the other side. Like no matter what political side or like ideological side or philosophical side, there's always going to be the same problems on both sides, and each of them are going to point to the other side and go, oh, but you see they did it, and so therefore I'm going to ignore the fact that my side does it. Like it it doesn't make very much sense at all, because like as much as like like in terms of politics, oh, hold on, let me rephrase that, I kind of jumbled there. Like politics, like every political side bases their
say like one more time and I'm gonna break your kneecaps.
yeah, I do that when I jarble. uh every political side has their subjective angles, but then they try to pit it as like object, oh, I said it again, as object.
Yeah. You're fine. You used it in the correct
Okay.
context.
As a they try to pit their subjectivity as objectivity, and then that's where the problems come, because then they go, oh hey, my objectivity is the true objective thing compared to yours, which isn't, and then it's just a back and forth and it just never ends.
Yeah. Well, let's move away from like the political anti this, anti that, and talk about some actual issues. Because this is just philosophical at this point, and I don't know if I want to do that all night.
Yeah. Hold on. So yeah, going back to a conversation we had before about like Twitch versus YouTubers. We had the ball rolling on that one. In terms of like, because I looked at another video like 2 minutes ago, and people had made the argument. Like, I don't understand the arguments being made in the first place, because it's like you're you wanted to become a content creator as a job, and it's not something easy to get into. And now that you got into it and you got the ball rolling, it's up to you to keep the ball rolling, right? So
Mm-hmm.
why do you complain about you having it the hardest when you decided to get into that in the first place? Because it's not something where you can go like, oops, I became a content creator, I don't really like this job, but I guess I'll go into it. You have to like really do a lot of work to get into it in the first place. So
Well, the thing about YouTubers versus Twitch streamers is that when YouTubers look at Twitch streamers, we have specific guidelines that we have to follow so we don't get copyright striked for our content. And when we look at the Twitch streamers, we know that they work hard. Like some of them do like 8 hours a day, some of them do like 5 hours. But they'll sit there and they'll watch TV shows and say fucking nothing. It's like it's not work that the normal person couldn't do. YouTubers more than often are researching, they're editing their own videos, they're looking up topics, and then after all of that work has been done, they upload. But when we look at Twitch streamers, we're like, some of these people are really fucking lazy. Other people are putting in a lot of work into their streams, and they're really good. Like Pay Money Wubby, I love his streams, and I think part of the reason I do is because he understands what it's like to be innovative, creative, and original, because he's a YouTuber as well. So that leads to the second problem with Twitch streamers is people like Asmongold and XQC who have specific highlight YouTube channels where they will, well, they're not highlight, they're react YouTube channels where they sit and watch other people's content and cannibalize YouTubers' views. This happened to Glink, where he made a video about the parasocial relationships between Twitch streamers and their fans. And what happened was Asmongold got more views on his reaction video to that video than Glink did. So that ate some of the attention that he got, while at the same time multiplying some of it, because now people understand who Glink is and watched him through Asmongold. But he lost revenue on it, and people aren't going to go and watch his video because it counts as a replacement. And that's a copyright issue.
yeah, it's 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 a really bad problem in both YouTube and Twitch, where it's just the people sitting on their screens and doing like the, oh man, I remember like, yeah, a couple years back when there was like the scourge of like the Vine compilation reaction channels that were everywhere on YouTube, and it was absolutely horrible because it was just a bunch of people staring at a bunch of absolutely cringy vines and going like, wow, this is really funny. And then
and we crucified them for doing that shit.
Yeah, and then it happened on Twitch too. I remember seeing it. Like people were like, "Wow, this is really funny," and then they just like stared at the screen, and it was insane how many of these people just completely got away with it, compared to like Mr. Beast humming a song and then getting a copy strike for it.
I want to add in the argument that it's okay if you watch it and then don't upload it. Because what Twitch streamers say is that it's like sitting in a room with a friend and watching something together. And that's fair. That's a very fair argument. I think it's okay if they do that. But the second that they upload it to YouTube, then it becomes a problem, because now there's cross-platform cannibalization of views. And also, it almost always serves as a replacement, because no one's going to go fucking watch the original after watching your entire reaction to it if it's like 18 minutes or something. Unless you do it kind of like how Moist Critical does, and the focal point is his funny commentary over whatever he's watching and not the content itself, because there's so little of that source material in a 10-minute video.
Yeah, that's pretty much the, like, again, Moist Critical is probably the best person I can like show an example as to someone who does reaction videos, but it's not like the really bad reaction videos that it's obvious that the person just sat down, recorded it, and then barely edited it, and then just put it on YouTube for like easy views, because that's all their followers want to do is just see like the easy reaction. But Moist Critical puts a lot of effort into both his streams and his videos.
He's a funny
Yeah,
dude.
he's a
He's a
really
really
funny
funny guy.
dude, and it's insane the amount of words he could string together to make something actually funny. And it's you look at him and then you look at every other creator that does the complete opposite of him. Like, it's obvious you shouldn't I'm saying it too much. I'm catching myself now, but
It's okay.
I'm gonna get my kneecaps broken during the
It's
night.
just a small pet peeve of mine.
Yes, I
I'm a grammar Nazi. Someone's gonna clip that and just leave in the Nazi
I was
part.
about to say there's going to be 16 threads of you tomorrow with just your audio clip of you saying Nazi. And now I said it too, so I'm going to get 2 Twitter threads.
Yeah, you're also a Nazi.
I'm
Got
I'm a Nazi by association now because I have you on my stream. So therefore, we're all Nazis.
it. By association, yes. You're platforming a Nazi.
Exactly. But
Holy fuck! This person sent me a whole essay in my DMs.
oh, but yeah, when you look at Moist Critical compared to, oh my god, what was the guy's name? Jinx.
Yeah.
Oh,
Jinx Reload.
Jinx Reload.
Jinx Reload.
Oh man. Do you remember the time where when YouTube, like, they posted on their Twitter and they said, "Oh, check out Jinx Reloaded singing or doing a trying."
It's Jinx Reload. It would make too much sense if it was Jinx Reloaded.
Sorry, I gotta lower my brain cells
Idol's
again.
reference.
Ugh. But when Jinx Reload, he posted his Try Not to Sing, which is just him going, "Oh man, I can't sing this song," and he was just putting Taylor Swift and every other song that was popular on the radio with like no editing, and YouTube were like,
Yeah.
they're like, "Yeah, slap that on Twitter."
This is fucking great content.
Yes, like, promote him, give him so many
Holy
views.
fuck.
We
I thought I was promoting. It's free promotion.
it that excuse is so funny. It's like, "Oh, I'm giving you promotion, bro. I'm promotion. You're gonna feed your family with promotion, not the actual revenue that comes from the video. It's the promotion. Don't worry."
That's just an argument to hide their own fucking clickbait bullshit. They want to use your content, but at the same time, they're only like Jinx was only big for using other people's content, and then because he got big for using other people's content, he says that it's promotion now. So he stole so much to the point where now it's just promotion.
Yeah.
Fucking weird.
I think the moment that he said I think he was the first who used the excuse, "Oh, I'm using it as promotion," and then immediately everybody else who did exactly what he did just bandwagoned it, and they were just all over it. "Hey, yeah, I'm definitely not
Look at
abusing
his
it."
channel now. Look at his channel
Let
now.
me-
It's fucking hilarious. He's dead now. Reload.
Jinx Reload. Is it?
Actually, it's just
It's
Jinx
just,
now.
oh, he's not Reload anymore.
Yeah, it's just Jinx.
Oh god, I gotta turn that off, or else he's gonna copy strike me. Oh my
He
god.
can't even break 10K views.
Oh my god.
That's what happens when you build your platform off of clickbaity bullshit and no one's there for your personality. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. His personality channel, go check that out. It's fucking
He has a
booming.
personality channel?
No, that's another IDUBS reference.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Man, I'm looking at all the videos and it's just he has like music videos from a couple years ago, but they haven't even, oh my god. That's probably
He's trying to be a rapper now, it looks like.
Yeah. Playing you my unreleased song with 4.4k views 3 weeks ago with 1.69 million subscribers.
Yeah, if I ever get to that point, just delete my channel. If I
Somebody hack
That's
me
fucking
and
depressing.
just obliterate my channel immediately. I can definitely see why he went on a downhill, like you said. It's obviously he's created his channel on clickbaity reaction videos, and now it's
Hold on, my light seems too bright. And I have to piss. Can I take a piss
Yes, you
break? Let me
can.
take a piss
You
break
can take a
really
piss
quick.
break.
Oh my god, thank you, Dad.
No problem. So how you guys doing while we wait for the wondrous piss break? How you guys doing? Hey bros, about to go start my stream. Up till next time, hope to be again. I got canceled, poggers. Damn, how did you get canceled, Short Bloom? Can't believe it. How dare you? I'm a tech fan, but you seem pretty cool. Oh, thank you, Sturdy Tree. Farting. Sick. That's pretty pog, bro. It's pretty epic. The screenshot from text Discord. Oh, you were part of the infamous screenshot, bro. Damn. I can't believe that the guy was like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna screenshot this for some Twitter likes," even though Technicals is obviously a black guy and he's saying the N-word. Oh no. Damn, I can't believe that was you. To be honest, I'm finally free. Oh, that's good to hear, man. It's good to hear. He was funny. He is a funny internet man. TM copyright. God, I have to get more water soon. Can't wait for the the day light skins are banned from saying the N-word. Honestly, I'm gonna see that happen. Oh man, good story. I was when I was in high school, I was part of the drama. I had a drama class. Oh, I'm gonna wait until he comes back to tell the story. You say to send the Kokiri screenshot so I could get canceled by the simp squad.
Nice.
All right, so I was talking about because someone in the chat said I can't wait for the day light skins are banned from saying the N-word, and it reminded me like that. It gave me a huge flashback because someone in high school, because I was in drama class, and we had to do this monologue, write your own script type of thing, and he had written down. Oh man, can't remember exactly what the title was, but he was a light-skinned guy, and he was I think his dad was black and his mom was white, and his script was like really good. It was like he said something a lot. Man, this was in high school. I'm gonna have to. Oh yeah, he was saying how each community didn't accept him because the fact that he was light-skinned in his area. He said, in their eyes, I'm not black enough, and in their eyes, I'm not white enough. And so it created, like, this whole weird conundrum in his head. And it was actually really, really...
Yeah, I don't know if my situation is that thought-provoking. I just think I got born with an excuse to use the N-word.
You were born with the pass.
I was born with the pass. I'm a chosen
God dipped
one.
down his holy hand and dipped your genetic code with the pass.
No matter how pissed off they get on Twitter.com, they can't do a goddamn thing about it.
Exactly. Can I use a clip from the stream because I saw something insightful? Yeah, of course. Anytime.
Short Bloop says I have the pass as a birthmark. I just have it somewhere. It's on my left ass cheek.
Does the amount of birthmarks count for white people as the amount of times you could say it in your lifetime?
If you have freckles, you might as well be black. Gingers are the whitest black people.
So if I have 3 birthmarks, I have 3 passes, but 1 use only.
They disappear after every time you say it.
That's imagine you say that at any other place that isn't like
Holy
a
fuck.
Twitch stream.
Look at what Sturdy Tree just said. You can reorder the word ginger into the N-word. That's fucking holy shit.
God.
I think we found something.
Bro.
I think we found something. He's right.
Oh my god. Did they do this on
holy
purpose?
Shit. Dude, that's fucking insane. Somebody clip that.
Please clip that.
This knowledge has to be spread.
Oh my god. Wait. That's actually like
That's
there.
too
It's not
powerful.
like those BS ones. Just like, oh, there's a letter missing. It's like word for word, letter for letter. It is exactly.
Yep.
Oh my god.
It's an anagram for the N word.
Fucking white people are finding so many excuses to say the N word. They're making anagrams out of it.
If you ever want to say the N word, you have a black waiter. Yes, I would like some ginger.
I'd like some. I'd like some gingerbread cookies,
You
please.
guys don't have any gingers working here, do you? No, no, sir. That's a very awkward question that you'd ask.
We have a ginger cook.
Can
Oh well,
I get a table that's not next to any gingers?
if you have any ginger chefs, can I not get my food cooked by them, please?
What's good, my gingers?
Man, there's probably so many different anagrams and create so many weird things, and whenever you actually do find it, you gain like so much knowledge compared to like I don't need to go to school. I could just learn the amount of anagrams in life and probably gain more knowledge just from that.
Yeah.
All right, so now that you're back, here's another nice question. It's about
Lay it on
your
me.
clown commandments video since you said it was your favorite one, and I watched it. Oh man, I don't know how many times I watched it. It's so like, how did you come up with it?
Well, I wanted to do a video about clowns, and then as I was researching clowns, I came across this thing called Clown Commandments. And like on these websites where you can sign up to be a part of the International Clown Society or whatever, they have this list of 8 rules that you have to follow to be an appropriate
Yeah, I
clown.
saw that. I was like,
And
one shall not harm kids. One doesn't.
some stupid
One
shit like
doesn't
that.
diddle
I just
kids.
I like the video so much because I was testing myself to see how filthy frank I could be. How much could I go balls out and go fuck with people in public? And I did it, and I proved to myself that yeah, I can do it. It's just a game at this point to see how edgy I can
I
be,
was
I
really
guess.
impressed when the video came out because I can tell you right now, I know of no one in any immediate circle of friends that I have who would do anything remotely close to that. Pick a.
Just gotta prove that you're not a pussy.
It's the ultimate test of manhood. Go dress up as a clown and deprive people of comfort.
The next step is to box someone, but the problem is that everyone that wants to box has less than 1K followers, and I don't even fucking know. Like, they just want to box so they could be a part of the
They want a
story.
box for the
And this
clout,
is,
basically.
yeah, it's like you have to realize if I box fucking Ginger 9000 on Twitter that no one fucking knows about, people are gonna read that title, they're gonna read the card and be like, "What the fuck is this? Who the fuck is
Yeah.
that?" But if people read Technicals versus ESAM, or like Technicals versus Void, Technicals versus Locust, or Technicals versus Omni, I'll box Omni. That'd be funny as fuck. That's gonna generate revenue and attention and views. That's how fucking charity
Yeah.
works. If I want to box a nobody, I'll just box one of my
Yeah,
friends.
and I saw a tweet. I don't remember who it was from, but it brought up a really good point. The person said he was saying, "Oh, it doesn't matter who you box as long as it's good for the charity." The person was saying, "I would get my shit kicked
That
in by Mike Tyson 6 times, but if it's for charity, then why does it matter?"
that is a good point, but I'm also a content creator. So the whole premise of it and the whole reason that Bishop would give that much to charity is because there's the potential to generate some
Yeah,
revenue there, alongside his own money.
yeah,
You know, so if you want to structure an entire event and have it be charitable, let's use Smash events as an example. When they do a charity event, they get top players in there because they know that it's going to get people to watch the stream and they know it's going to be a big event. They don't fucking just run charity events with for fucking
yeah.
nobody, because that's not going to generate any like meaningful revenue.
Exactly.
They they get excited when big people want to go to the charity event because they know the potential that it has to actually make the event better for the people that they're giving to. And if I have one person to box, and if I'm going to go through the effort to set up all this shit, go through the licensing, go through, talks with Christian Bishop and set this up, I'm not going to box some fucking random person on Twitter. And I think that's very reasonable.
Yeah, it's weird how their mentality works because they think they're entitled to a boxing match with you just because you said I would box anybody for charity.
I didn't say I'd box anybody. I said the invitation
Yeah.
is open to box someone if they have beef. Because I have to put people on the undercard too. But the problem is that on Twitter, everyone's tough. Everyone's like, "I'll beat the shit out of you, dude," because they want to like show off how alpha they are to their friends and get some likes. But they're not. They don't know me. They're not like personally invested or anything. It's just a dick measuring contest. I want someone that's personally invested and actually cares and could bring in some revenue. That shouldn't be hard with how much these people hate me. I don't think I'm asking for a lot.
Their beef with you is seeing the bullshit Discord screenshot and going, man, you just disrespected minorities. I have beef with you. Let's box.
Yeah, I go over a little bit in the video that I'm going to upload tomorrow or the day after if I don't finish editing today. Of all these people just like threatening me on Twitter. It's really funny because like I posted in one of the replies my height and my weight, and then people just started assuming they could beat the shit out of me, and I'm just sitting here like, okay, well, how much do you weigh? How tall are you? Is that how you decide a fight?
Yeah.
What the fuck? Oh, you're 5'8"? You're a munchkin. I could beat the shit out of you. Like, okay, I fought. I can guarantee I fought worse people than the people on Twitter.
Also, the people on Twitter are people on Twitter, so they wouldn't last, 6 seconds in an actual boxing ring? It's like, because especially the people on Twitter, that the tougher it's the whole, oh, the dog barks but he doesn't bite, because the people on Twitter, they act all tough and they're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you, but then before even entering the boxing ring with everyone cheering and everyone's gonna be there, and then they have a live camera, they're just gonna pussy out because they're like, oh no, I don't want to look bad in the end.
Or they won't like genuinely have the resources to go to the location and help me set it up. This is a fucking event. I'm not saying this so I can have random people threaten me. I'm saying it because I actually want to organize an event, and I don't think any of them are taking it as seriously as I am. And if I can tell that they're not taking it seriously, like the fact that none of them have DM'd me to help set this up and, get the logistics done, then I'm not going to fucking take it seriously. Why would I?
Yeah, exactly. And what's funny is that the people who claim they're so righteous probably have done a significant amount less than you have done in the name of charity. You want to do a boxing event and bring in as much money as possible for charity, and the most that these people have done is start a Twitter thread about how
much they hate me.
That's the limit to their righteousness, because anything else is too much. But easy Twitter likes is their idea of charity.
And Esam can't even overlook his own pride for a charity event. So, like, what does that say about him? $5,000 to anything you want, Esam. No, I'll just block him and keep talking shit behind the block.
I find that so cowardly. It's the ultimate beta move where you go through the effort of blocking the person, and the entire point of blocking someone on Twitter is to just not interact with them anymore. So what's the point of you just consistently talking shit?
Well, there's that, and also when everyone was talking shit, he unblocks me for a second to quote retweet me, and then blocks me again.
Oh man.
So people think that I'm being like a bitch and just like screenshotting everything to talk about it, but no, I have to, because I'm fucking blocked. I can't. And they're like, oh, why don't you add him in this? I'm blocked. He's not gonna fucking see it anyways. Yeah. There's no point.
But you know what? They're not gonna focus on this really good point you made on this podcast. They're gonna focus on the Nazi word. That's
no, none of them could sit down and debate ideas with me rationally. I doubt they could, because all their reactions are based on emotions, and emotions are cool, but if you're not actually thinking about what you're saying, then there's no like basis for what you believe. You're just being a
Yeah, and
reactionary.
Twitter is probably the worst place to debate ideas because it has a character limit and it has the ability to just completely ignore the person you're debating after you decide to just not do it anymore.
Yeah. Did you have any other questions about like specific shit?
Yes. More on your content creation. How much? Cause I know how much. Cause I saw in one of the videos you made where you showed when your videos in progress about how much
My
no.
dick? Oh.
Unfortunately, that hasn't come out yet, or unless it has, I haven't done enough research on that yet. But
Do your fucking research.
I,
What kind of a host are you?
it's research I don't want to do though. Do I? It's Pandora.
Haven't seen my dick
It's
pics yet?
Pandora's box. I don't want to go there. But because I saw how much editing you do for one video, and I don't even know how to open up an editing tab. So, how much effort actually goes into editing just one simple video, or even one super complicated video?
If we're talking about the ESAM video that I made, the big one that has over 100K views, that the editing, I have my own processes, and I have like I've gotten it quicker and adapted it, so it's not that hard for me specifically, but for someone else it might be a little bit harder for them to do it. Some people don't even know if I edit my own videos. Yeah, I edit my own videos, but the most time consuming part is the research and the scripting, because for big content like that I like to make my points very obvious and very clear and concise. But it doesn't really matter at this point because they don't even fucking pay attention to what I'm saying. You have all these people calling me a hypocrite on Twitter when in the video specifically I say that context matters, and I would support him if he did think that those things were funny, but he doesn't, because that's how I think, and I'm arguing in the video from his perspective to apply it to himself, because that's what hypocrisy is. You can't preach something and then at the same time go against it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
It's
for
really
sure.
fucking basic shit.
And it's
So
super
the most
simple because at the beginning of your video, you even said, "I am trying to help you, Esam." Like
Yes.
I'm throwing you a bone
I never
here.
I can't
I'm trying to
I can't make
defend
it
you.
any more obvious, dude.
And then he goes and blocks you and then talks shit behind your back. So it's
Yeah, the scripting process is the longest, I'd
yeah,
say. And finding a topic is actually kind of hard too, but that was just kind of a spur of the moment thing, because my name was in Esam's mouth again, and he just pisses me off with how morally superior he tries to be when he has skeletons in his closet, because I showed
yeah.
you.
Because everyone has skeletons in their closet, and you can always try to bury the skeletons in your closet, but it's how you react when when they're out in the public that really defines who you are.
Yeah.
Especially people like Esam, who when his skeletons came out, he decided to completely ignore that there were skeletons in the closet in the first place, and then go on a completely other route, painting himself as the savior of all accusations against women, stuff like that. And compared to someone, for example, H3H3, he has his flaws, he has his good parts, but when he had his like I don't know 80 billion videos made about him or against him, he actually took the time
Around
to
that.
sit down and talk about those problems individually instead of saying I did those mistakes. What were they? Who knows? All right, next topic.
I wouldn't give H3 too much credit. He's kind of a fucking a dickhead.
He has his really bad moments, but in terms of acknowledging what he did bad, he's leagues better than anyone I've ever
I
seen on
think
any Twitter thread. Yeah.
I think he's done an all right job, but he's also done a little bit to manipulate some narratives about him, especially with the Gokanaru. I'm assuming you're talking about going over the entire Gokanaru video in like an hour-long podcast, where he has Shoenice come on and Shoenice feeds him disinformation, and then H3 readily accepts the disinformation and spreads it as if it was true. So yeah, there's some shit I wouldn't agree with on that, but to go in and actually look at some of your faults is nice, but it's the same thing as Esam. He went in and looked at some of his faults and said, yes, I'm wrong for this, I'm wrong for that, but at the same time ignoring other things like saying that people are calling him a hypocrite for amplifying the voices of victims, that's a very sneaky way to say people are attacking me for being a fucking hero.
Yeah,
People are calling me a
that was
hypocrite
really
for helping other
manipulative.
people.
I kind of,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's manipulation, and people don't really see that. Besides, like, some people do see it, but they're mostly my fans, so no one really
yeah,
listens to them. The other people already decided their minds, and they're fucking emotional wrecks.
yeah. And it's the way he worded in his apology. After he said that, he said, "I will not stop fighting for victims." Right after, because it's not 1 second that goes by that he can't remind himself and whoever's watching the apology that he will always fight and be the good guy. So whatever happens, he's still always the good guy, and he has to remind everyone about that constantly.
Mm-hmm. It's like when Sonic Fox was accepting the reward for being the best esports player of the year, and then he brings up how he donated 10K to this guy for cancer. It's like it's you guys all remember when I gave charity to cancer, right?
Yeah,
Like, dude, you're already getting an award for being the best of the year. You need more people to suck your dick for other shit that they already made articles about. You're just bringing it up to stroke your
yeah.
own
And at
ego.
this point, is it even charity anymore if you're using what you did for clout? Because the definition
It's not very charitable.
the entire definition of charity is doing it without expecting something in return. But when he goes up and he says, "Oh man, the guy was so happy. I was so happy that 10K really did well for him." What's the point? It's not just charity anymore. It's the opposite. It's the complete opposite.
Yeah, you're doing it for profit,
Yeah.
and you're profiting through
Yeah.
goodwill, like other people's good opinion
And
of you.
your social character is seen as better in a lot of people's eyes because of it, and so in your eyes this was a good transaction compared to, oh, I'm doing this out of the willingness of my heart.
That's what Esam does a lot too. He'll bring up about how much he's helped people when deflecting. It's a deflection method. I've helped people in the black community so much. I've gave charity to Black Lives Matter. It's like that is completely and entirely irrelevant to the criticism that you're getting right now, and you're only doing it to be manipulative. And the people that can't see it, I don't know. They're not there yet. They're not at that mental level. Can't play 5D chess with the big boys. So
It's funny because I envision the people that fall for his manipulation. They hear the apology video. They say, "Oh, Esam said what?" But then Esam goes, "But I donated to BLM charity, guys." And then they go, "Aw," and then close the video without any like remorse. And it's like,
he didn't say that in the video, but he did say that on
yeah,
Twitter.
but in it, I'm saying it as if, or example, he
Yeah,
says like,
yeah, yeah.
"Oh, I will always fight for women. I'm the holy knight for women to put their shoulders on and cry." It's like, hey, stop, please.
Yeah, no one's gonna view you as a hero, dude. Like he has his platform because he's good at Smash Brothers, not because he's such an amazing political activist.
That's what I don't
And
understand about every person on the planet who has a
a platform.
platform, because you can bring politics into your platform but not make it the point of your platform. And
Yeah, he has some kind of moral obligation to be this kind of pillar of light, and because he thinks that way, he's sucking his own farts like
yeah,
24/7, and he just assumes that his opinion is the correct one, and it's I think that's the definition of toxic positivity, is trying to be a moral arbiter of truth, but also not considering that for a second you could be wrong. It's so fucking
well, for
toxic.
him he's the moral arbiter of his truth, but his truth is it's always right for him, which is, again, it's toxic, as you said. So what's the point of even fighting it? Because the the bad thing about people using their platforms for only politics, whereas it's like, okay, for example, Esam, you got good in Smash, congratulations, you're a good player, you can fight with the best of them. But if you use the entire platform you've accrued that look up to you and are very who are extremely like young and can be influenced easily, and if you point them to someone, you say this is a really bad person because I perceive them that way, and they send his horde, because I don't like using the whole, oh, you're responsible for what your fans do. It's a really coward tactic. But when you obviously
It's a fair thing to say. You can say that um, I'm responsible to disavow shit like that, which I do. I do consistently. It's their fault for not knowing my fan base in the first place. They just assume that everything negative just comes from my fan base, and that's entirely untrue. I disavowed it when they were harassing MVD in his DMs, and then they immediately turn around and assume that I'm the reason that Kokiri's getting rape threats in her DMs. Like, what the fuck? When have I ever said that was cool? I've never said
yeah,
that was
they
fucking
assume
cool
in
to
your
do.
videos you go, "Hey guys, thanks. This is the end of the video. Remember to like and subscribe and send Kokiri death threats." All right, guys, see ya. It just never happens, but
Doesn't
it
click with me.
especially the times where when you say a simple one word on your Twitter, you say nut, and they focus on that compared to when you go, "Hey guys, don't send Kokiri death threats and rape threats. That's not cool." But they will never focus on that because that makes you seem like a regular person. But you have to be the constant villain and like the devil.
It's good for me though. It's good for me that the Smash community is so uneducated because when they do this, they're blowing stuff out of proportion, and the percentage of people that go and actually view what's going on, they're creating more potential diehard fans of my content. So it's happened multiple times, which is why I'm so confident in
Yeah,
this. People will message me, "Hey, I saw all these people talking about you, so I went to check you out and I actually really like your content. Keep it up, man." And I'm like, "Oh, that's fucking sick."
yeah,
it's it's going to be a loss in the moment because of reaction. But then when everything dies down like it's doing now, it's just I go on the Miley Cyrus climb and get all these new subs, all these new followers. It's just weeding out the people that really have no opinion of their own and just kind of follow the whatever is going on in the social
whatever the
fucking
the Twitter ESAM overlord tweets to send to his followers.
yeah.
It's
So after that passes, it's just, and then once my platform gets bigger than someone like ESAM, no one's gonna fucking have these really stupid ass reactions because they're going to consider the content of what I'm saying more than the numbers of the people saying it.
yeah, exactly. It's
Because the people will see how fucking dumb he's being because it's signal boosted, and it's a great thing that my original ESAM video has more views than anything he's done, so people know that he's full of
yeah,
shit.
exactly. And honestly, the he probably handled your video in the worst way possible, but in the best way for him, because he was still oh man, his apology was a mess, obviously, but
I deconstructed
yeah,
that.
exactly, but it was so it was so weird how much he decided to not bring up anything of substance in his arguments, which was it, it
He avoided saying my name
yeah,
really
I
hard.
know. It was kind of funny cuz he just doesn't want to mention the boogeyman.
Yeah, I'm the entire reason that everything happened and my name didn't come up once,
Yeah.
besides on his
I've
streams.
I've seen only one real clip where he mentions your name with substance, and it's the one where he says, "Oh, when Technical's video came out, it didn't stream for a couple of days." That's the only one where there was like substance and a good amount. He was terrified of your name already.
Yeah, I'm Voldemort. They
Exactly,
censor my name, so I can't find it.
exactly. But he doesn't know how to censor it on YouTube, so it's all good. Unless he
Yeah, he
watched
doesn't know
your
how to
video and
censor
now he
anything.
knows to go to the community tab and filter out words.
Hold on, that'll be hilarious. Let me go check. See if he's actually learned how to do it now. I tried to show him to see if he'd do it. Let's see.
Honestly, it'd be really funny if he did. Because either he got it from a secondary source or he literally watched your video and said, oh.
Nah,
Oh.
I still see Go Boxing Ring comments. He's just gonna get spam those for the rest of his life.
You know what?
Because it's now a
You know
part
what
of him.
wouldn't surprise me if he just turned off comments on YouTube.
I don't think it's gotten that bad. Like initially when the video dropped, yeah, it was kind of that bad, but he never turned off comments. So
Yeah.
I guess that's a W for him, but he was just ignoring it
Yeah.
anyways.
I think he doesn't want to. I think it went through his head at one point, but I think he's just too. He just doesn't want to see his supporters not be able to go, oh, Esam, I would literally PayPal you my entire savings account and then become your personal slave because you're so cool, Esam, in the comments. I think it's just too. It's too much of a. It's too much of a rush to see the good comments, and I think he just ended up saying, "Oh, okay, I'll just leave the comments on." So
It's on his Instagram too,
really,
I saw. Yeah, he got spammed Go Boxing Ring pretty heavily on there too.
the
Like
Armageddon of boxing ring.
that I don't really personally consider harassment per se because they're not like making fun of him for intrinsic qualities or anything like that. They're telling him to go boxing
Yeah,
ring, which is essentially a call to action to respond to the depth of your hypocrisy and face it like head on. So I wouldn't consider that like really bad harassment or anything. It's just kind of a dumb meme. And I don't even think it's that funny. I think the message behind it is what's important.
yeah, because they're essentially saying, go participate and donate to a charity event.
Yeah, if that's harassment, then
I
fuck, dude.
at this point,
I'm king of harassment.
the fact that he blocked a like on Twitch, he blocked the fact that people are saying,
He blocked the words. Yeah, he blocked the word "Go Boxing Ring" and my name on
yeah.
Twitch.
So now basically Esam's blocking the message that you should participate in a charity event because Go
Yeah,
Boxing Ring.
that's exactly what he's doing. Don't talk to me about charity. Fucks.
I will.
Did you know he gave to Black Lives Matter?
Did you know I
Oh,
defend all
fuck.
women? You didn't you? I did it on that Twitter
Yeah.
thread, so I'm absolved of all responsibility to join a charity event.
He's not. He doesn't have to, but it would
Yeah.
just. It would be a good thing. There's nothing bad to come of it.
And honestly, at this point, it's so much easier. It's the Streisand effect. Instead of rejecting it and blowing it out of proportion because of it, just accept it. What's the point of fighting it? Because by blocking Go Boxing Ring and your name on his Twitch, it drew even more attention to it because people realized, wow, I'm going to do that on his other socials now. So what's the point of fighting it?
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. At this point, what does make sense with the pretty bald hair boy?
Pretty bald hair boy.
Man, I'm not gonna lie. When I first saw Esam, I was not happy for the rest of the day. I do not know.
Initially my problem with him wasn't even one of like personal disdain. It was more like I really didn't like his content, and I was in the whole phase the Black iDub stuff. So I covered his content, and yeah, that was pretty much the analysis there, and that's where the cuck sketch came from that Kokiri didn't even see until 2 years later, but apparently it traumatized
Oh
her.
man.
And what people don't understand is when I made that sketch, I had like less than 1,000 subscribers, and it only had like probably like 2,000 views. And they're all talking like, "Oh, you sent all this harassment to her years ago and shit," and it's like, "No, I didn't. No, I didn't. None of those."
It was 2 years ago, and now she's accusing you that thing that happened 2 years ago is now only getting her death threats and rape threats. So it makes no sense. So it's a bunch of mental jumble because they're accusing you and your fans of attacking her for something that happened 2 years ago, whereas by that logic, she would have gotten immediately attacked to like when the video came out.
Yeah, people are saying it as if I emailed her the fucking sketch. And it's like, no, that's not all what I did. It's a fucking intro to my video that's only on my channel. I didn't send her the clip to make her feel uncomfortable. It's just a sketch. It's a joke. I wasn't actually beating my dick to her picture. the way they talk about it is almost like they want me to beat my dick to
Yeah,
Kokiri. Like this argument doesn't work unless I'm actually beating my dick off.
yeah, and it's it's really funny because I remember seeing a retweet pretty recently about I think it was Kokiri going something along the lines of wow, this this contributes to like death threats and rape threats, and it was a guy who was telling Kokiri, hey, you know that when someone asked you, is it okay if I are you okay with me masturbating to your pictures, and she said, yeah, I know, it's kind of a it's something I expect with the business that I'm in. And then you just wonder, how does that contribute to anything at all? It's probably the best argument against your entire cause, but I guess it just
Yeah,
contributes.
she posted it as if it's like she's like, I'm still getting these DMs daily. Like, oh, you're getting genuine criticism daily? Oh fuck. Someone call the fucking cops.
Honestly,
Oh no.
I think every single person, Isam, Kokiri, and everyone else would have a mental breakdown on 1 hour of getting the amount of criticism that anyone in such as you gets, for example.
They're just mentally weak human beings. they're just they're just weak people.
Yeah.
They make their entire personality around the fact that they're weak. I'm not a fan. It, like I get people question my fucking humanity and call me a piece of shit and all this to say I should die or whatever. Say I should have got hit by the car of the guy that almost ran me over, and it's like I'm just gonna ignore you.
Yeah.
You're fucking nobody. Your opinion doesn't matter. Why do you? I can take a joke. I can take criticism. I can take harassment. I'm not a fucking child. I'm a grown ass
Yeah,
man.
exactly.
You have to be that sturdy if you're going to be alive in this kind of world where people are mean for no fucking reason. But I have my reasons, and I don't need to explain them further.
Sorry, I can't take you seriously. You have the ESAM angle where you're shooting from upwards and you're seeming inferior.
This isn't this isn't an upward angle, you fucking dip. This would be like an upward angle. This wait, his angle was kind of like
It was
this.
so high. It was unusually high.
Yeah, it was so fucking high. Like, are you sucking my dick while you're recording this video? Why is it so
And
high?
I had realized this, but the pillows, like the pillow of his chair, made it look like he had cat ears, and I just couldn't.
Everyone kept saying that he had devil horns, and I was like, okay, I don't fucking care.
But he was just looking. He's like, please, I'm so sorry. Like, please forgive me, please. It's like, oh,
Yeah, that was probably intentional too, with how fucking manipulative this
honestly,
dude
at this
is.
point, I'm not surprised if everything he's ever done came off as intentional. Because, I mean, yeah, from what he's done already, I wouldn't be surprised that he would be that manipulative.
Go look it up on Smashboards. By the way, my account is privated on Smashboards. Like, what? Your account's fucking privated, dude. I had to specifically go into the search tab and look up key slur words with his name that I had to find. Like, it was not fucking easy to do. Well, it was kind of easy, but it was a lot harder than just go look it up on
Go look
Smashboards.
it up on
He
Smash.
fucking actively privated his account, so he knew that people would not like what was on there, but he never specifically
But
addressed
what's
it.
funny is that he never addressed any of the skeletons in his closet, but then way back way back then, he just proudly goes, "Yeah, go check it on Smashboards." Lol. And it's
Yeah,
such a it was such a swift
he
change
didn't
of
fucking care.
character. It surprised me how much he had changed in the span, because obviously there's the whole Panda Global to take into account. You don't want to look shitty in front of your brand. That obviously nets you a
Yeah,
good amount of income and a good amount of clout, but at the same time, he shifted personality so hard, or I don't know, maybe he still has the same personality, but then he has his obvious ESAM personality where
my point is that he's just a fake fucking person that
yeah,
doesn't really have any moral standard. His morals are whatever the popular opinions are.
his morals are the Smash community morals.
Yeah, and his girlfriend's like super fucking SJW vegan type shit too,
Yeah.
so that doesn't really help.
It's
You're just surrounded in a swamp of ideological garbage.
yeah, it's a pretty clear example of the more people that are uh like ideologically and like mentally weak, the more you want to belong uh to that group. And so he's just like, okay, I'm just gonna become like you, Kokiri. I love you, haha, please don't break up with me.
For the record, my girlfriend is vegetarian and she doesn't like leather and stuff like that. Vegans can either be just dieting or an annoying piece of shit. Vegans are so fucking preachy. They feel like they're saving the world with everything that they do, when really it's everyone's doing some shit that destroys the planet. It doesn't
You know
fucking
what's
matter.
funny? I did some research on veganism, and it's actually just as detrimental as the meat industry, but for all the wrong reason. Because whereas the meat industry is really messed up, but it gives us food to eat, the vegan industry cuts down the same amount of the Amazonian rainforest, but just to plant the tofu and all the vegetables, and they kill just as many animals because the amount of hunters that are hired in stuff like Brazil and in farms just to kill all the birds, all the rabbits, and everything else to keep all the plants to stop them from being eaten is insane. And so now whenever someone goes, "Oh, I'm such a cool person. I'm a vegan." Well, then it's just saying, "Oh yeah, I'm fine with people growing plants and just shooting 8 bajillion rabbits and birds as long as I can get my
Well,
tofu."
most people are like, "Oh, I'm vegan. I'm saving animals." If you're not vegan, you don't care about animals. You're a murderer. It's like, fuck you. I don't fucking care. Like that's human nature. You're getting mad at me for the nature of my existence? Suck my
Yeah,
dick.
and also it's they're saying, "Oh, I care so much about animals, but I'm gonna buy this iPhone that the silicon was being mined out in Africa by children slaves who make no money and are forced to do this by their parents, who will then marry off the girls at age 11." So it's
Whenever you go down the route of moral consumption, it's really, really not a good idea to try to make an argument of morality if you consume anything that you don't fucking meticulously look into to where it has blood on somebody's hands. You might as well just live in a shed and grow your own fucking soap and potatoes at that point. If you really, really don't want to consume anything that is involved with some fucked trade that is
yeah,
immoral.
exactly. It's because I had read this book, and it was a really interesting book, and it talked about how if people truly wanted to be perfect in their consumption in order to harm the least amount of people and animals and organisms possible, they would have to completely stop everything that our first world country offers and become a hermit and
Yeah.
be completely secluded, make their own everything, and don't even do some of the stuff that the hermits do, because some of the stuff that the hermits do disrupts nature. So what's the point? So I found that really interesting, and it was really
Yeah.
funny because I know so many people, especially in the at the CJEP level, in the classes, who were just saying, yeah, my project is about veganism and why it should be forced on a planetary scale. And I was just looking at her and I was going, are you for real?
I try my hardest to be consistent with like my thinking, and if I'm wrong on something, I'll update my opinion and I'll apologize if I like genuinely offended someone, not some fucking blue-haired cunt on Twitter that is offended at everything just because that's how they get their dopamine for the
Excuse me.
day. It's almost like a fetish to be offended by shit.
Well,
They'll find something if they
I
want
think
to.
for them
They
it's
will.
it's it's a rush of adrenaline because they're gathering all these people. They're a leader. They're pointing to this one bad person. Look at technicals. Look at this person B, C, and D.
Well, if you notice, weak-minded people like Esam will only indulge in stuff like that when he feels like he has the backing of the mob.
Exactly.
If other people aren't talking about it, or if they're on my side like they were, he's just gonna be a pussy and not say anything. Because that's the kind of person he is. He's a very weak-minded person and needs support of a group because he's a group
Yeah.
thinker.
And as you said before, the probably the best example of And that's just not an ESAM thing. I see it so much because I follow people. I don't know if you know the content creator called Mahler.
Yeah,
He
I
is a
follow him.
really good content creator, and the amount of shit he gets on Twitter daily by people who take so much of his stuff out of context. Like he obviously has his really weird moments about objectivity and subjectivity, but
Yeah,
uh, stuff that like he doesn't even say, and then he gets called a Nazi, and then the people that just like Esam just block him, and then the moment they want to talk shit, they unblock him, quote tweet him, and then block him again. And it's probably the best example of how weak minded a person is because they go through the effort of blocking, unblocking, and then blocking just in order to get no backlash and only support from the people that follow them.
yeah. It's also why people like Kokiri use the only people added in this or that follow this person can reply. She did that in some of her tweets, but it's I don't know, dude. It's just breeding fucking weakness. It's the smell of fucking stink pussy in the air whenever I'm on Twitter.
Yeah.
It's like, how are you gonna? I had people talking shit like, "Oh, I would knock this nigga out in like a second," and they have me blocked. Like, you can't even fucking handle looking at my opinions on Twitter, yet you want to talk about how fucking strong you are. The fuck?
Yeah, I think it's probably the best show of character in the world. Twitter is just the the best social media to just show how weak someone can be. There's no other use for Twitter. It is the worst social media on the planet. But the one good thing that it does is that it is so good at showing who's weaker than others.
I've only blocked 8 people, and some of them are blocked because they've like personally wronged me, or like tried to. Some of them are blocked because they personally wronged me. Others are blocked because after I got deplatformed because of false reports, I got my account back magically, miraculously. It was during the Thunder Gaming shit, and the people that I blocked were the ones that were trying to get into my privated account so they could also report that. And I blocked them because they pissed me off because they were trying, and it was out of necessity to try and keep my account
Yeah.
there. So that's the only reason I have 8 people blocked. But I also have a fuck ton of people muted because I just don't like their stupid
Drivel.
ass opinions. Yeah, they're not saying anything of value, so I mute them, but I can still see it and they can still see me. So if they want to say something about me, they want to quote retweet me, they can, but I'm probably not going to see it or care. So that's what I think people should do is you're suppressing other people's voices if you're blocking them, but if you let them say what they want and you just don't want to hear it, that's
Yeah.
fair. I think everyone has the right to do that. That's why the fucking button exists.
Exactly. I don't think the simple act of blocking someone is like an act of oh my god, this guy's such a pussy, he's blocking someone, I can't believe it, he wouldn't face criticism head on. You can block people, you can mute people. It's when you block people and then actively engage with their phantom, I guess, to just defame them. It's baffling to me how they think that's a good idea.
Yeah. Well, also, like, people don't realize, as I just responded to Lord Corvos, I'm punching up. These people have more followers and more impact than I do. I'm punching up. The fact that my video got a fuck ton of views doesn't mean anything. I have a smaller fan base and viewer base than these people that I'm criticizing. So when they talk about like the negative impact that I have on all this other shit, it's very insignificant to the the impact that they have when they're talking about me, which is good for me because now they're advertising
Yeah,
and I have more people to watch my shit, so that's awesome.
exactly. But another thing I was wondering because I haven't really seen it, but what was your whole reaction on the the insane amount of kitty diddlers in the community, like Keitaro, Nairo, stuff like that?
It didn't surprise me that these people knew about it and didn't fucking say anything because I've been on their asses since the beginning. Like, I've always been trying to call these people out. And, like, they still have this position of moral superiority and, like, idol worship of these top players, even after so many people, the top of the top, the people that were the moral fucking pillars of the community, fucking were trying to talk to kids and fucked like kids. And it's so confusing to me. It's like how you
Yeah,
still have all this faith in how good of like MVD will constantly tell people how good of a fucking person he is. So his opinions, like he tried to convince me that, oh, I'm usually never wrong about people, so you should just trust me. And I'm like, shut the fuck up. Your opinion's not that important. You're a person. You fucking talk to me like we're talking about a situation. I'm not just gonna take your word for it because you think your opinion's fucking the best out there. Like that's so dumb. Don't put yourself on a pedestal. Shit is fucking disgusting.
yeah. It honestly, when I first heard of it, because I was a pretty big fan of the streams where Naruto and Kitaro would play together. I just enjoyed the whole friend aspect they had to it, where they would just fuck around. It was super fun. And then when I
Yeah,
heard it, I was like, ah,
both of them.
exactly. It was both
Just
of them.
bam, bam.
And what surprised me the most is how everyone reacted to it, because Nairo on Twitter posted, "Hey, I'm gonna work on myself. I'm not gonna be here." Bye. He should literally be in jail or facing charges because he admitted to actually having,
Not even a fucking joke.
yeah,
That's like an
he
actual crime.
actually
And
had sexual relations with a 15-year-old. I think that was the
these
age.
people are so fucking dumb because they don't realize that Captain Zack is the one that should be pressing
Yeah,
charges, but he's not gonna fucking do that because he just wants to make a post on Twitter to get whatever he fucking wants out of the
yeah.
situation. It's the same thing he did with Ally. If it's a serious problem that's worth other people
Then go to the
knowing about,
police.
go to the fucking police. What are
It's
you
so
doing?
funny
Like,
how these people think that instead of going to the police and pressing charges, you can like you can still make the tweet. Just go to the police.
yeah,
It,
you can let other people know that he's in jail. Like, fuck.
exactly. And then it gives Nairo a chance to just go, yeah, I'm gonna step back and work on myself, and he gets
He's gonna make a flawless comeback because he never went to jail.
exactly.
If you go to jail, there's a stipulation on like YouTube and Twitch. They're gonna fucking take down your shit. They're gonna deplatform you because you're a fucking registered sex offender and your content is geared towards children. That's going to result in your content being stripped and you're gonna get striked and taken down. They're not gonna get any of that. They're not gonna have any of that gratification because they're too fucking dumb and solve everything in the court of public opinion. They're like, okay, everyone agrees he's a bad person. It's solved. They don't live in the real fucking world.
Yeah,
They
I know.
don't.
It's the
It's so dumb.
Twitterverse. They're the judge, the jury, and the executioner on Twitter only. It it doesn't
Yes.
make sense to them to go to the police, press legal charges, and get the because Naro himself admitted to it. So there's no case, there's no problems. It's cut and dry. It's so easy. It's hey, this happened to me. Nairo admitted to it. Let's press
Yeah.
charges. But instead, it's Twitlonger number 654.3 about how Nairo ruined my life. And then Nairo does another Twitlonger, and Twitlonger number 685. And wow, so many Twitlongers. I can't believe it. Then Nairo goes, all right, I'm out. Bye. And then what? Like a good couple years later, he comes back. He
It's part of the problem is because they're part of this cult where they believe all the same shit. So one of the things that they believe is that the police aren't going to do anything about it. Oh, we've seen statistics and reports that so many of these cases are unresolved, like rape and sexual assault and shit. But what about the cases where the person fucking admits it to thousands of
yeah.
people? What about those cases? I don't think those ones get
I
off the
don't
hook that easily.
they the
Like,
even then the ones that they point to as to say, oh, this case was the file was closed because there's just no proof. There's the victim came out way too late, and it's super unfortunate if it actually did happen. I'm so sorry. There's nothing we can do. There's no evidence. And then there's, hey, this happened to me. And then the guy comes up, yeah, I did it. The police aren't just gonna go, oh man, I'm so sorry. There's just no evidence. We just can't find any. I'm sorry. We have to close the case. What?
There is an issue of lawyers will tell you that you shouldn't bring stuff to social media beforehand because then it won't be admissible in
But
court.
clout.
Uh, yeah, but clout. I have to post these screens so all my friends can see it and he can get kicked off twitter.com and socially shunned, but then actually he'll have no real world
He
repercussions besides losing
Nairo.
some
I
revenue.
keep thinking about it. Nairo evaded jail. He is a literal
Yes.
pedophile who was outed and admitted to it and evaded jail. If that's not the
That's the single greatest accomplishment of the Smash community is noticing someone's a pedophile, irredeemably so, and doing fucking nothing about it. Code of conduct, great job. Everyone, great job. Your opinions mean so much. I'm so glad that the Twitterverse is safe from fucking Nairo posting links to his Twitch. I'm so glad we're
and
fucking safe with
it's
that.
funny because 14GZ3RY said he just got blocked by ESAM. At least.
Nice.
At least Nairo got blocked by ESAM, because if ESAM didn't block Nairo, I just
He'd still be out there fucking kids. Thank God.
I could just imagine Nairo has like zero remorse about what he did with Captain Zack, but then he sees
Fucking
that
paid him
ESAM.
off not to say anything.
Yeah, and it's so funny because he paid him off. But then I could just imagine an alternate universe where the Twitterverse is as important as they think they are. Nairo has no remorse. He's flying easy. Yeah, I did that shit to Captain Zack. No problem.
Get Jinx. Someone said get Jinx off the fucking screen.
Okay. Put back the technicals thing. But yeah, Nairo in an alternate universe is like, yeah, I'm flying by. And then ESAM blocks him, and then he goes, oh,
Fuck.
I
Damn
guess.
it.
I guess I have to
can't
take
fuck
the
any
fall.
of the kids in my basement now. What am I gonna do?
I have to let go of all the Yugoslavian children in my basement. They were so
Yeah.
expensive.
I'm the problem. I'm the problem. The people that knew about like literal crimes that you can go to jail for, nah, they're good people. They're moral pillars of the community. But the guy that says slurs, get him out of here.
And you know,
We can't have this kind of harassment.
it's so funny because the Smash community is so righteous, and they literally let a pedophile go
Yes.
with zero legal repercussion.
It's
maybe
amazing.
maybe there is legal repercussion, but it just can't be discussed. And if there is, I will bite my tongue and take back all that I said. But for now,
If there was, there's no fucking way these people aren't going to talk about it.
that's true.
These people that post everything about their personal lives on Twitter before ever getting anything done about it. And if there was going to be legal recourse, there's no reason that they should have posted about it all over. Oh, he's getting therapy? Okay, good job, good job, good job.
Zero's going to work on himself after going against a girl's consent and sexually assaulting and harassing her. Oh, I'm so proud of him. At least he's doing the work that needs to be done.
I don't think he sexually assaulted anyone.
I remember the harassment, but from what I remember, it was showing the inappropriate stuff on the TV, and then it was inappropriate touching, if I remember correctly. I don't remember because
that was 64 pages long. I might have missed something.
Yeah,
if that's
I
true,
think,
then yeah.
But yeah, or even then, forgetting Zero, straight up just Nairo and Keitaro. Hey, we're kind of pedophiles, and then the community goes, guys, I'm so disappointed in you. Go to therapy, and then they go, okay, I just have to go to therapy, bro.
Oh, I'm not going to jail? This is lit. I don't have... Oh, no, I can't play a game where all the events are shut down. What will I ever do with my life? I guess I'll keep doing what I was doing.
I can't make $600,000 an hour going on Twitch, but...
These motherfuckers, if they were smart, they already made investments. I bet Nairo owns some fucking real estate, and he has investments with his money. Like, this dude's probably set.
Oh,
He's like the biggest content creator that was in the Smash community. He's got money. He'll find a job, and he'll live his life and be great and won't be a registered sex offender because of how fucking incompetent the Smash community is.
Yeah. See, it's hard to say that for Keitaro because he was a lot smaller than Nairo. But
Yeah.
even then, Keitaro got off so easy, just like Nairo. It's insane.
Oh, Kagluman is talking about Mr. E, who lost his sponsor for having a different opinion
Oh
about what
my
happened with
god,
Anti.
the sponsor rabbit hole is so it's
So dumb.
such a dumb thing because obviously when you have a sponsor there's certain things that like there's certain lines you cross that in the end it's reasonable that you lose your sponsor, but Mr. E's sponsor dropping him for having a different opinion, the
That
whole
was fucking stupid.
the whole oh, I will not sponsor you anymore because of your opinion. There's it's such a slippery slope because in the end what a like what's the opinion that's going to get you desponsored? No one knows. So you're going to have to constantly fear whatever you say.
You Mr. E's one of those people like Mr. R that wants to go against the grain so bad, but they know that the Smash community is such a pit of groupthink that if they do, they're gonna get instantly fucking attacked. And I saw Esam tweet. It was so funny. Esam was tweeting out about how brave he was for being political on his platform and for saying things like "fuck Trump," but he just had to do it. And it's like that is probably the single most popular stance and single most popular opinion you can have. And you think you're like some kind of hero for
Oh
making
yeah.
your platform political. No, you're gonna get nothing but fucking upvotes because anyone that's against you is likely going to be at some point suspended off the platform. So you don't even have to worry about it. Just keep tweeting "fuck Trump" and being a hero.
Exactly.
It's really all you have to do.
Oh, Orange Man bad. I can now diddle children. But
Yes.
twitter.com will be okay with it as long as no one finds out and I pay them restitution for what I've done. It's fine. Come on, guys.
Yeah, I'm
You,
kind of tired of talking about fucking Smash, though. I
yeah.
hate the Smash community.
so so instead of talking about the cesspool of the whole community, what do you well, not about the Smash community, but from what I understood, you don't even play Smash anymore, right?
No, I haven't played Smash in years. I retired after getting eighth on my PR in Vegas, but that was before Ultimate even came out.
As a Toon
And
Link main?
no, I was a Fox main.
Ah.
Yeah, I did Toon Link tutorials though. Uh, I only go to events like Level Up and Evo, but that's because they're in Vegas and because I can see some of my friends from California and stuff. If I'm not allowed to go to those events, that's not going to affect me at all because I'll just stay home instead, or I'll go fucking have dinner with them or something when they're done with the event. Like I don't fucking care. I don't want to go to your dumbass pedophile events anyways.
Yeah. See, when I think the first real Smash game that I got into was Ultimate, just because I always had an Xbox and I was on the whole train of wow, Halo is cool until Halo 5 came out, and then I'm like, oh, maybe not. So then I got a
Yeah.
Switch and I decided, yeah, Smash Ultimate's pretty cool. Uh, but then I just don't understand the whole melee versus ultimate arguments. It's so weird. I've seen so many
Mm,
people.
it's whatever. I mean, it's just
It's like
elitism.
have
It
fun with your
happens.
game.
Yeah.
Just, yeah. Anyways, so one thing that I actually wanted to ask in terms of content creation was, what's the cringiest video you look back on?
The cringiest video? I'd
It's
have to hold on.
it's probably one of your older videos, I'm guessing, because that's what
It's
people.
definitely an older one.
How old am I? I am 19.
Nice and ripe.
I am legal enough to be diddled without consequence. Actually, no. I'm legal enough to be diddled with and not be called a pedo.
Nice. I have a lot of stuff privated because of conversations. Like I'm a very reasonable person. I think the worst one is probably like the first two that I made. Tech Talk. The first two Tech Talks I ever made. They were really fucking cringy. But I also have a whole series of events that I went through where I was like Fox McCloud, and I made
Oh,
sketches like that.
the
But those
fog
are all private.
sketches.
Yeah, those were really cringy. Hold on, I have to piss again. I've been drinking a lot of water.
A lot of watermelon fizzy water.
Yeah.
I'm 18. I was just curious how close you were to me in experience. I assume you play a lot of Halo 4. Halo 4 was the first Halo I ever got into when I got my Xbox 360, and I didn't have online, so I only played the campaign over and over and over again. It was literally Black Ops 2 campaign and Halo 4 campaign, and that was it. That's it. I didn't have online, so that's all I had. And then I got Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary. I got Halo 3, and I love those games so much. And it was only until the Xbox One that I got the Master Chief Collection that I played Halo 2. And yeah, I have the Master Chief Collection on the Switch as well. Also, as we have this little commercial break, join the community Discord, guys. Thanks to everyone who's here. We have a little community Discord where if you guys are interested, we have our little PGR for Smash. So, shameless plug.
I'm back.
Welcome back. Do you have more watermelon water?
No, I was drinking actual water.
Oh, okay. God, now that I said watermelon water, it reminds me of the ESAM Smashboards. The ESAM Smashboards thing where it's like, you're a watermelon eating, grape juice drinking, but if you're a watermelon drinking.
It's watermelon loving, fried chicken eating, grape juice drinking, blank.
Man, I gotta say that skit where you try to find out what the blank was probably one of my favorite skits.
A lot of people really like that one. The second half of it, where we do the ghost part, was my brother's idea.
I really liked that one because
I like to mix serious stuff with comedy. It's the whole purpose of my kind of comedy.
See, I find that's probably, well, in my subjective view, I prefer that kind of content because when there's too much of one side, it gets tiresome because too much seriousness just makes you not bored of it, but it trails on, and then there's no end to it, and too much comedy, the comedy gets old. But when you have a bit of both, it's just like the perfect combination.
Yeah, because the argumentation in the essay that I wrote for the video is very serious, but at the same time I'm poking fun at the inconsistencies of Esam himself and the ideas that are behind what I'm presenting on screen. And then the skits are used as a way to kind of in an exaggerated manner show people why it's dumb, or just go along with the narrative that I'm building.
Yeah, and honestly, I think it's even better the comedy makes it even better to bring a point across because it keeps people engaged in a sense.
Yes, that's a major point. Is when I first started out, I realized people aren't going to listen to my opinions because I was very small. They weren't going to listen to my opinions unless it was entertaining. So I have to make it. There has to be some rewatch value there besides just what I'm talking about, or else no one's going to fucking care. That's a really important thing when making videos, is to entertain, because that's, at the end of the day, that's what people want to do when they're watching content.
Yeah. Because there's always going to be the people who watch one type of content, the other people who watch the other type of content. But whenever stuff like the ESAM video comes out where you try to bring a point across, but there's more than just one point and you have to string together a whole bunch of points, people can get tired of it if there's nothing to engage them. So in a sense, it really helps when you have the little comedic skits in between and at the end to keep the people engaged, because then they realize, oh wow, through the blank skit and the ghost skit, I'm realizing more and more how hypocritical Esam is, because of the fact that he now privated everything and it grabs their attention.
I only went over how it was privated in the apology deconstruction. When I make a big video like that, I usually leave out some info, because I know that the amount of time that I put in that video, and someone like Esam being as egotistical as he is for sure going to respond to it. So I leave extra little tidbits in case he's not consistent in his response, and he wasn't. So I had more things to call out,
Yeah.
which is always a good thing to do if you're trying to, do a takedown video. I'm not necessarily trying to destroy his career, but I'm just showing that he's not who he portrays himself to be.
Yeah, and it's there's also a thing with takedown videos on YouTube, where I don't understand the mentality behind the concept of YouTube drama. Because
Yeah.
when there's obviously the people who conjure up fake drama just for clout, like the whole Logan Paul rice gum thing, where Logan Paul stole
Yeah.
his Supreme Gucci whatever. It it was obviously fake, but when there's real issues that obviously should be taken to the police, but at this point, are we even surprised that they're putting it on YouTube? People still put it under the same banner as YouTube drama, and it just confuses me as to how people, kind of like the H3H3 Keemstar thing. That thing was so poorly handled, but it made no sense because the amount of horrible things both parties have done, and then everyone's just passing it off as haha YouTube drama. Oh no, it's like
Well, okay, so there's valid critiques on both sides, but they're both being total fucking nonsense about it. Like it's so stupid because
yeah,
they made a million videos about each other. They keep fucking posting daily about each other on Twitter. It's just annoying. Like the criticisms, some of them aren't even valid. They're just reaches. So there's valid shit in between all the really unnecessary shit. That's why a lot of people, including me, are getting fed up with Ethan. And Ethan's like blocking and accusing people of racism and all this other
yeah,
stuff with because I'm in this like little commentary group, and some of those people, we all reciprocate a follow because we're all in it together. But yeah, a lot of those people haven't been having the best of time with Ethan, and I don't like Keemstar personally, but they do. So
yeah.
it's a whole clusterfuck of bullshit.
I just find that like Lord Corvus is saying, Ethan morally grandstands because I think he still has the high from being the YouTube dad back in the day, where he was the protector of fair use, and everyone saw him as the teddy bear guy of YouTube.
Yeah,
And I think he uses that a lot as an excuse to put out either valid criticism, but just interspersed with completely derivative nonsense.
he's no longer bipartisan is the issue. Like when he's talking about things, it's from a partisan position, and it's from a position that is very popular on Twitter, which is a more left-leaning one. And I think it has to do with him being a part of, he's had a lot of political guests on, but he's also a part of the more like e-celeb community where they all kind of think the same way. Because if you don't, you're going to be kicked off the internet. And as a millionaire, who makes all his money off of podcasts now, he has to kind of make sure that he has the right opinion, or else people aren't going to watch him anymore because he's not really funny.
Yeah.
He kind of stopped doing a lot of the comedy shit. I mean, he did just recently do a collab with Items, which I enjoyed, but then I get brought back down to earth whenever I see him post on Twitter.
Yeah. Honestly, the video that really cemented to me how neutral he was back in the day was after the whole end of the world scenario. Trump won in office. Oh my god! And he put out a video and he said, "We're all in this together as Americans." Not me, obviously, but everyone who is in America, no matter who is in office, the sun will always rise the next morning. It is not the end of the world.
That's the video where he criticized Casey Neistat for being political with Hillary. I think, like being incredibly partisan.
Yeah,
I think that's the one you're talking.
and the
Yeah,
one where
and
he
now
criticized
you
Lacey
just fast
Green.
forward. Yeah, and you fast forward, and he's an entire fucking hypocrite, and he's incredibly partisan,
Exactly.
and it's just such an asshole about
Yeah,
it.
because I looked back and I said that's probably the most mature view of the whole situation I saw. Because he said hoping he fails, the president fails when you're in the country that he's directing is just complete nonsense.
Yeah, it's stupid. It's
And
self-destructive. You
then
want to at least
yeah,
see him do good if you can't do anything about it.
and then he turns around and does the same self-destructive tendencies.
Yeah.
And I think that's a good way of pronouncing most of the mentality on the whole twitter.com. It's self-destructive because
Well, yeah, I really don't like arguing on, well, contrary to popular belief, I don't like arguing on Twitter because a lot of shit that I say gets taken out of context, and then people will have this. They'll play the fucking telephone game with the information and start passing it around. And let's say like I'm having a constructive conversation with someone about fuck, it's hard because I don't have constructive conversations on Twitter.
it's
People are
impossible to
fucking
have one.
stupid. Yeah, but let's say I'm arguing about, let's say trans people in bathrooms, right? And I have an opinion, and I bring up an opinion that might be a counterpoint to someone saying, well, it's not hurting anybody. You say, oh, well, what if, women aren't comfortable because they've had like a sexual assault experience or something like that, and it makes them uncomfortable, or just something like that, to that extent. And then someone takes that out of context, and then they will go to someone else and say that I don't think trans people should be in opposite gender bathrooms or opposite sex bathrooms, if you will,
Yeah.
because that's politically correct. And it's just completely untrue. It's just me. I'm trying to find middle ground and have them understand where other people are coming from, while also at the same time, they have their opinion. And I think it'd be good if there was specifically neutral gender bathrooms. That'd be nice.
Yeah, there is
But
that in my
like,
CJEPs.
yeah, they don't want to talk it through and have a rational conversation. They're literally just looking for something to attack me
Yeah,
with. You can't fucking talk to people like that.
exactly.
It's just impossible.
It's honestly the description of the telephone game is that you made is probably the best thing that anyone can identify how the like Twitter discourse, because at some point, even if you say anything, the moment it's any remote opposition, it's seen as an opposition to the entire subject rather than a counterpoint because you're playing devil's advocate.
Yeah, people really don't like the whole devil's advocate thing. It pisses them off, and it's like, you realize that's an exercise to have a rational conversation, right? Devil's advocate, so you don't like having like rational
Yeah,
conversations.
you're
I can't
exerting.
handle listening to other viewpoints. Damn it, he's so annoying. Like,
How dare he exert neutrality and try to bring this debate to a relative point? I don't like this. I want him immediately banned and blocked and whatever the lingo that happens on Twitter. Honestly, the only reason I even go on Twitter now is to see funny haha interactions. I've stopped using it for any legitimate discourse.
it's really good for me to promote videos. That's
Yeah,
all I'll say.
it is it is a good it's a good social for promotion. But what I find weird in promotion is when people will have a funny comment and then they get like 30 likes and they go, wow, so many people liked me. Check out my
You should
SoundCloud.
follow.
And then their SoundCloud is a webcam mic that they ripped off of the webcam that they used to sing in. And like, why bother? Even when you somehow post out a tweet and it gets 100,000 likes, 200,000 likes, whatever, people didn't come to your tweet to like it to then be going in the responses and going, wow, I'm gonna follow him now. No one wants to hear the SoundCloud. No one came to the tweet for the SoundCloud.
It's like when people are in the replies of some famous person and they say an agreeable opinion, and then people like it because they agree with the opinion, and they're like, wow, but no follows. It's like, dude, you said something that other people thought, so they liked it, so they wouldn't have to tweet the same fucking thing. No one's there because you're an interesting person. It's so stupid.
Yeah. And
They're like, oh, I guess it's time to self-promote. Check out my art. Check out my Etsy shop. What?
check out my open commissions drawing, please. I am completely broke and I need money. Like,
Just makes them look pathetic.
yeah. Check out my alternate Twitter account. Exactly.
Did you have any other like questions? Because I still have to edit a video today too.
Oh yeah. Okay. Last question for you. Before we end. What do you think you're gonna continue doing the same content as before? Do you think you found a good like, I don't know how to really word this, a good way to make videos in terms of like scripting, editing, stuff like that?
No, yeah, I'm. Oh, finish your question if you have
Oh
anything.
no, it was just that.
That's
Yeah.
it. Okay. Yeah, I'm good at what I do. Obviously, like it's very impactful. The fact, like they don't realize they're getting trolled, but like some of the stuff I do is to piss them off. So the fact that they're getting pissed off, but like the way that they're getting pissed off is really irrational, and the feedback is way bigger than I expect, which is the only reason why I get a little like, whoa, calm the fuck down, because they start saying I do shit that I don't do, and I'm like, hey, whoa, 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 that's not what I said. Get mad at me for what I did, not for all this other shit that you're saying. But yeah, I'm pretty fucking good at what I do, so I think I'm gonna continue to do that. Yeah, I've had great success. I have people that follow me and support me, and I've gotten follows from people like Elvis the Alien, internet historian Justin Wang, and I'm like, it fucking blows my mind that the little amount of shit that I've done here gets their attention because they see what's going on and they understand exactly what I'm talking about. But people in the Smash community are incredibly partisan and can't
Yeah.
even think for a second why I would be popular. It's just a foreign
Yeah.
concept to them.
So you find it's worth it even after the whole
Oh hell yeah!
out oh god, out pizzaing the hut. Man, I couldn't even watch the end. I couldn't.
That one got monetized. I don't know
It got
how.
demonetized? How come?
No, that one's
Oh, that one's
monetized.
monetized. Oh,
So, yeah.
cuz I couldn't even finish the end. I couldn't, I couldn't even see, it didn't even have a tangible shape. So so I just wonder, I'm like, wow, he has a lot of conviction for these videos.
When I tweeted out the preview, Max Mofo liked it, and that like made my heart jump. I was like, oh my god, yes! I'm like a Cold Ones patron.
Oh, okay.
I watch all their shit. I fucking love Cold Ones. It's
Oh, it's
great.
really good.
Yeah.
Even but I just look at your content and I'm super impressed. The whole covering yourself in peanut butter, standing upside down in showers.
That's impressive.
Well, it's impressive because no one who would do it.
I just you got to do stuff to catch people's attention.
It did catch people's attention, but I say in the sense that you need a specific drive to be able to do it that not a lot of people have in a sense. Cause
Yeah, I'm passionate. I'm passionate about entertaining people. That's not the only thing I do isn't to piss people off. It's part of it because it's really funny for the viewers, but I also want to give them something that they enjoy like looking at and watching because that's why people go to my channel. Is they're like, "Oh shit, Technical's uploaded. I wonder what crazy thing he did this time."
yeah. Lord Corvus says, "Do you still find hair shavings in your mouth?"
No, they're gone.
I can't believe it.
That shit made me want to fucking gag.
It made me gag when I watched it.
There was so much dead skin on the plate too.
Oh.
Just all of that right in my mouth, right there.
When I just saw the clump, I was just saying, "Damn!"
My tongue was yellow because I was eating yellow curry. People thought it's because I don't brush my tongue. I ate before I recorded, and then I realized afterwards I was like, "Fuck, my tongue is all like gross." But yeah, I was eating curry.
No, don't worry, guys. I just got polio. It's fine.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being on here. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem, dude. I'm glad I was able to get some of my niggas in here and have a jolly old time.
All right. Well, thank you to everyone else who was watching as well, and thank you for everyone who followed. And I'll see you next time.
Yeah. Have a good night, peeps.